Good evening, esteemed guests, faculty, families, and friends. I'm Rana Fatima, Chair of the ISG Dammam Graduation Committee. With great pride and joy, I now invite you to please rise and join me in welcoming the class of 2025 as they make their grand entrance. Let the procession of our graduates begin.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Tasneem Awad. It's great to see so many faces here. On behalf of Class of 2025, I'd like to welcome you all to our graduation ceremony. Whether you're a proud parent, a patient teacher, or a friend who's been through it all, thank you for being a part of this turning point in our lives. Tonight, we honor growth, determination, and the unforgettable moments that brought us to this chapter's final page. However, this isn't just the end of a chapter for us. It's the unfolding of a story that's been in the writing for years. So let's embrace it and celebrate it because the best is yet to come. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. ضيوفنا الكرام، أهلا وسهلا بكم جميعا. بكل فخر واعتزاز نرحب بكم في هذا اليوم الاستثنائي، يوم نجني فيه ثمار سنوات من الجد والتعب. هذا اليوم ليس فقط تكريم للطلاب، بل هو تكريم لكل أب وأم. هو لحظة حصاد لتعبهم وصبرهم ودعمهم المستمر لأبنائهم. ومن مكان هذا أريد أن أشكر كل أب وأم، وبالأخص ماما وبابا. ماما وبابا، شكراً على كل اللي عملتوه عشاني. عمري ما هنسى ثانية في حياتي إن كل الخير اللي في حياتي جاي من تضحية وتعب كتير في حياتكم. هدفي الوحيد في الدنيا إني أرفع راسكم وأبركم. ماما، شكراً إنك استحملتي الوحش مني قبل الحلو. ولما اليوم يجي انتي الام اللي انا اتمنى اكون زيها. بابا، بابا انت مثلي الاعلى في الحياه. بسبب اخلاقك العاليه يا بابا عمري ما اجرؤ اعمل اي حاجه تزعلك يا بابا، عشان في الاخر انت تستاهل بس الخير. شكراً على كل المبادئ اللي ربيتني عليها اللي همشي عليها باقي حياتي. شكراً. Now, as we begin this special evening, it is my honor to now introduce the remarkable hosts who will be guiding us through tonight's evening. Please join me in welcoming our Masters of Ceremony, فرح البهوفي and فايز محي الدين.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May peace be upon you all. Good evening, fellow graduates, esteemed teachers and faculty, beloved families, honored guests, and unhappy siblings forced to sit through this incredibly long ceremony. I told myself I'd try to stay composed tonight, but judging by the way my heart's racing, I make no promises. Because no matter how many times we said, "Oh, I can't wait to leave," deep down, part of us is going to be missing what we built here together.
For years, our eyes followed graduates, brothers, sisters, friends, hearts heavy with emotion. Each year, we counted down 3 years, 2 years, 1 year, until it is finally our turn to take that walk. Tonight, here we are standing where they once stood, trying to hold still the weight of this moment. With each ceremony, claps echoed, tradition carried on, and tears were shed. Tonight is no different than those nights, except we will not be the ones shedding the tears, hopefully, but the tears will be shed for us. Standing before the esteemed parents, graduates, and faculty, it is an honor for me, Faiz Muhyiddin,
And me, Farah al-Bahoufi.
to be the MCs for this special night.
As we stand here, I can't help but think back to the journey that brought us to this moment. College applications, ping pong in the senior room, ditch day at the beach, Ramadan iftars with our thobs and abayas, senior barbecue with Feroz in the background, and our senior jackets, they just arrived today. Looking around, I see not just faces, but stories of a batch defined by drive and ambition and challenges over grades, test scores, and even agreeing on speakers for tonight. And somehow, even with all the quiet rivalries and unspoken comparisons, we still celebrated each other's wins like they were our own.
And tonight, that pride stands tall. Not perfect, but powerful. Not identical, but united. From the group chat drama in the midst of which Khunaisi would somehow find yet another way to send a reel, to the countless unplanned hangouts, or what we like to call jadwals that went too far. This class, this moment, is something that cannot be replicated or rewritten. It is the class of 25's way to be a leopard, the journey along a path that we didn't just walk through, but a path we created. So give it up for the class of 2025.
Behind every graduate here tonight is someone who mastered the art of clapping the loudest, wearing the most, and loving the hardest. For every assignment we turned in, you turned in patience. For every test we studied for, you quietly passed one of your own, the test of showing up again and again. Tonight, we celebrate you as much as we celebrate us. So, to every parent in the audience, I hope you know and acknowledge this too. We, the class of 2025, are here pushing day in and day out, not only for ourselves, but for the people, the wonderful people waiting for us at home. إلى جميع الأمهات والآباء، أنتم النور الذي أضاء دروبنا والدعاء الذي سبق خطانا. ما كان لهذا اليوم أن يظهر لولا حبكم وصبركم إلينا. So, if you're a parent or a guardian of a graduate of the class at 2025, here's a round of applause.
Somewhere between the equations and the essays, lab coats and literature, computers and canvases, were the ones who showed up for every one of us day after day. If this stage holds stories tonight, it is because you taught us how to write them. Tonight, each of the 73 diplomas carries a piece of your legacy. Teachers of ISG Dammam, here's a round of applause.
To start off with our exciting evening, we'd like to welcome our esteemed Superintendent, Ms. Rhonda Norris, to the stage. Though she only joined the ISG family this year, she has already made a lasting impression with her thoughtful leadership, quiet strength, and genuine care for our community.
Thank you. Welcome, students, ISG staff, families, distinguished guests, and community partners to the 2025 ISG Dammam High School graduation. My name is Rhonda Norris, and I'm honored to be the ISG Superintendent. This evening, we celebrate the 25th graduating class in the history of Dammam High School, with 73 graduates representing 17 different nationalities. Thank you for including me in this ceremony to acknowledge the significant event in your learning journey. We're all very excited and privileged to see you graduate into the next phase of your lives. This is my 27th year participating in international school graduations, and I continue to be inspired by our graduates and humbled by the amazing hope that you bring to our future. Graduation is a wonderful opportunity to celebrate your accomplishments, and whether you've been a part of ISG for many years, a few years, or just this year, you each have contributed to our school. ISG Dammam teachers describe the class of 2025 as a family who fight for each other and sometimes fight with each other. They are one community without cliques or divisions. As a class, they have been dedicated to the Model United Nations, and this year came in as the under-19 SACAC football champions for the first time in ISG Dammam history. You each have engaged deeply in learning, taken on challenges, and contributed to our community in ways that will become a part of the ISG Dammam legacy. The accomplishments you carry with you in tonight's graduation are your own. However, success is not possible without the care and support of many individuals, including your teachers, your parents, your siblings, and your friends, as well as the school communities you've each been a part of. Thank you to those who have supported these young adults along the way. Now, to what I know the students have been waiting for, my words of wisdom. For my over 6 decades of living and almost 30 years as an international school educator in 7 countries around the world. These thoughts and ideas have supported me in my life, and I hope they offer you some insight as you take the next steps. First, know what you believe in and value. Identify your core values, as these values will solidify your compass as a person and will give you a strong foundation for your engagement with others and in your own decision-making. These values will keep you centered when you are faced with exciting opportunities as well as life's challenges. Life requires us to be flexible. Flexibility grounded in core values will allow you to adapt without abandoning what matters to you most. As you maneuver life and your dreams evolve, pivot towards new aspirations, letting your values be your guide. Dr. Jane Goodall shares that lasting change is a series of compromises, and compromises are right, as long as your values don't change. Second, what is the story you want to write for yourself? Neuroscientist and author Anne-Laure Lecomte shares that there are 3 common stories we write or tell ourselves, which she calls cognitive scripts. These scripts are important as they help us navigate the world with ease. However, these scripts can also take the form of stories that tell us who we're supposed to be. Lecomte identifies 3 most common scripts as the sequel. It's where we keep doing the same behaviors as we've done in the past, even if they're not moving us forward. The crowd pleaser, making decisions based on what others think we should do, and the epic, which says that whatever you do, it needs to be very big, ambitious, and highly impactful, or it could be viewed as failure. Her advice is to move beyond these scripts by developing an experimental mindset that allows you to try new, small, low-risk activities she calls tiny experiments. These experiments allow you to explore, reflect, and adjust, eventually helping you discover your true ambitions. My father was an electrician at Texas Instruments for he would be very disappointed I said that, 37 years, and the script of his life was to ensure he provided stability for our family, which I'm forever grateful for. These long employment tenures are true for many others of his generation. However, Forrester research predicts that our graduates will have at least 12 to 15 jobs during their lifetime. It's possible that they will have many choices that sometimes it will be hard to determine which path to take. Conduct tiny experiments to determine if these opportunities fit your story, and remember to let your values guide you. Write a script that reflects what you want for your life. Third, be confident in what you can contribute to your chosen path, and don't let life overwhelm you. Lecomte says that as we move through life, we're faced with answering the question, am I making the right choices? This fundamental question likely is one that you will seek to answer many times. This has been true for me. As I started college, as I began my career, as I moved between professional positions, as we adopted our 2 children, and as our family relocated many times internationally. I studied business at the University of Texas at Austin and was an accountant and a CPA for 10 years. When my husband and I moved to Riyadh in the early 1990s, we discovered international schools. We both had long desired to be educators because we wanted to make a difference. And you could say we leaned in and conducted a tiny experiment. This changed our lives forever. International education became our profession, and living in a global world has been our life for the past 3 decades, evolving through amazing opportunities in 6 unique countries. Be confident in what you can contribute, and don't be overwhelmed by the opportunities. Use tiny experiments to explore options as they come along. Be open, self-assured, and trust that you can pivot as you need to make the right decisions and choices for yourself. As life offers these opportunities, you will continue to discover the right, unique path for each of you. Have confidence in what you believe and value, and draw upon the outstanding experiences and knowledge you've acquired along the way. Fourth, ensure relationships are a priority. Value the relationships you're fortunate to have come into your life. The connections you have with other individuals will support and sustain you, and these relationships will be equally important to those that you engage with. Nurture and protect your relationships, ensuring they are healthy with honesty, trust, respect, and open communication. Make the time for people, even when it feels like you're too busy or too tired. By choosing to be caring, compassionate, and empathetic, and to listen and show up for others, you will be lifted up while you also continue to grow. These human connections will shape you. They are critical to your health, well-being, and happiness, which are key ingredients to success. Your relationships are integral and essential to your personal story. The fifth and final thought is to be confident that you are prepared and you are ready for this next step. Your personal experiences and your academic accomplishments have prepared you well for the journey ahead. Trust in the skills, the values, and the lessons that you have gathered. Your life's toolkit has everything you need to take the next steps with confidence. As ISG graduates, you understand the value of kindness, compassion, and care, of innovation, resourcefulness, and thoughtful leadership, of being open-minded and committed to lifelong growth, of being curious and engaging while asking the really important questions, of leading with integrity, acting with respect, being responsible, and ensuring you are committed to making a positive difference. You are innovative and committed to compassionate action. Today, you join a proud community of thousands of ISG alumni, graduates who are thriving and shaping the world in ways they once only imagined. Like those who came before you, your life's path will be both smooth and bumpy. Continue to grow, be resilient, and remain grounded in your values, and know that you are prepared for what life brings you. To the class of 2025, we're incredibly proud of all you've accomplished. We believe deeply in your ability to make meaningful contributions as you embark on this next chapter. And we encourage you to always lead with kindness, integrity, and heart. We can't wait to hear about the incredible things you'll achieve in your future, both in your own communities as well as across the world. You will always be a part of ISG. Please stay connected. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of this incredible celebration. And to all in the ISG community, thank you for making this evening possible.
Thank you, Ms. Norris, for your heartfelt words and the warmth you've shared with us today. Your wisdom and presence have been a light in our journey, and we're so grateful.
Now, it's our honor to introduce someone who has been at the heart of our school's story, our principal, Mr. Schreider. With 29 years in education, including 17 in leadership, Mr. Schreider brings not only experience but unwavering dedication to our community. He holds a Bachelor of Arts from Queen's University, a Bachelor of Education from the University of British Columbia, and a Master of Education from the University of Ottawa.
But beyond the degrees and titles, what truly defines Mr. Schreider is his commitment to seeing each student and staff member thrive. He leads with empathy, shows up with purpose, and encourages us all to become more of who we are. Please join me in welcoming our principal, Mr. Schreider, to the stage.
Good evening, everyone. Before I start, I'd like to start with some stats. As you all know, we have 73 graduates. Out of those 73 graduates, 23 have joined us since senior kindergarten. So could we have all those students joining from pre-K3 to senior kindergarten to stand, please? Just stay standing for a second. So we had 8 of them join in KG2, we had 11 join in KG1, and we had 4 students who have been here since pre-kindergarten. So let's give a round of applause to all our people who have been here. So no matter when they joined us, we are very proud of all our graduates. So good evening, one, and salam alaikum. Superintendent, Ms. Rhonda Norris, Assistant Superintendent, Ms. Jana Barnhouse, Chair of the ISG Board of Trustees, Mr. Andrew Law, the Board of Trustees, our dedicated staff, proud parents and families, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2025. I first want to thank the Central Office leadership of ISG, our Board of Trustees, our Vice Principals, and especially our parents for their continued support of our school, our staff, and our students. This year, our grade 12 yearbook captured our spirit with its theme, 25 Ways to be a Leopard. Each page highlighted the many ways we have learned, grown, and defined what it means to be part of our community. Today, as we celebrate your graduation, I want to reflect on some of those same qualities that make both leopards and our graduates truly amazing. Today marks not just an ending, but a beginning. As I look at your faces, each representing a unique journey, a distinctive story, I'm reminded of why our leopard perfectly embodies what we stand for. Leopards are known for their remarkable adaptability. They thrive in diverse environments from rainforests to deserts. This adaptability will serve you well as you enter the world that demands flexibility and resilience. But something else about leopards makes them extraordinary. They set high expectations for themselves. A leopard can leap at least 6 meters high and 3 meters long. They do not limit themselves by what seems possible. They push boundaries. Throughout your time at ISG Dammam, we have encouraged you to do the same. We have maintained high expectations because we believe in your boundless potential. As you move forward, remember that the greatest journey is the one within. Strive always to be a better version of yourself, not in competition with others, but in the pursuit of your own growth and fulfillment. Each day presents a new opportunity to observe, to learn, to grow, to love, and to rise over yesterday's limitations. Yet, high expectations alone are not enough. A leopard's mother is known for their unwavering support of their cubs, teaching them the skills for survival while providing protection. Similarly, our educational philosophy has been one of high support alongside those high expectations. We have challenged you to reach what you thought possible while ensuring you had the resources, the guidance, and encouragement to succeed. Reflecting on your journey through ISG Dammam, I see how our core values have shaped you into extraordinary individuals sitting before me today. Integrity remains your foundation. Like a leopard's distinctive spots, unique in each animal and impossible to change, your integrity defines who you are at the core. In a world full of shortcuts and compromises, your commitment to doing what is right, especially when no one is watching, will distinguish you. Respect has become second nature to you. You have embraced our diverse community, representing countless nationalities and cultures. Like a leopard's keen awareness of its surroundings, you have learned to value different perspectives in honoring the dignity of everyone you encounter. Responsibility has prepared you for the independence that awaits. Leopards are solitary creatures who take ownership of their territory and actions. You have demonstrated responsibility in your academic pursuits and community initiatives, preparing you for the challenges ahead. Acceptance has created an inclusive environment where everyone feels valued. Leopards adapt to their surroundings without losing their identity. Similarly, you have learned to honor differences while recognizing our shared humanity. Commitment to act has transformed you from observers to leaders. Leopards do not hesitate when opportunity presents itself. They are decisive and powerful. Your leadership roles have proven that you do not just observe, you lead and inspire change. And finally, gratitude, which brings me to the central theme of today's message. Leopards are resourceful, making the most of what they have. True gratitude is not just saying thank you. It is recognizing the value in what you have received. I have watched you express genuine appreciation for your teachers, your parents and peers, and the unique opportunities you have encountered at ISG Dammam. Take a moment now and look around. To your parents who have sacrificed to give you this education. To your teachers and vice principals who have worked over lunches and during breaks, given extra help, and believed in you even when you did not believe in yourself. To your friends who have shared this journey. Gratitude is not complete until it is expressed, so find ways to thank these people, not just today, but in how you live your lives moving forward. Like a leopard's impressive ability to carry prey twice its body weight up a tree, you too will be asked to shoulder significant responsibilities. The education you have received has prepared you not just academically, but holistically. A leopard's strength comes not from its muscles, but from its strategy, patience, and determination, qualities we have sought to nurture in each of you. In a world that often settles for mediocrity, be the leopard that reaches higher, jumps further, and refuses to accept limitations. But remember that true success is not achieved in isolation. Even the solitary leopard depends on its ecosystem to thrive. Maintain connections, build networks, and recognize that interdependence is not a weakness, it is wisdom. As you step into a world that needs bright minds and compassionate hearts more than ever, remember that you have been equipped with the tools to make a meaningful difference. Your international perspective has prepared you to be global citizens who understand that our differences make us stronger, not weaker. Whether addressing climate change, promoting social justice and peace, or fostering international understanding, you can transform challenges into opportunities for positive impact. Your time as a leopard has given you the courage to speak up, the wisdom to listen, and the determination to act. In closing, I share this thought. The leopard's most impressive quality is not its spectacular leap or matchless camouflage, but its quiet confidence. It knows its worth without needing to proclaim it. As Queen Elizabeth II wisely observed, it's worth remembering that it is often the small steps, not the giant leaps, that bring about the most lasting change. Carry that same quiet confidence with you, class of 2025. You do not need to announce your excellence, simply embody it. Lead with purpose. Act with compassion. Be open-minded, and always remember your leopard legacy. Congratulations and shukran.
Thank you, Mr. Strider, for your enlightening speech. Further than your words tonight, it is your actions that truly speak your character. You've always kept your door and your ears open to anyone in need of guidance, a conversation, or even a space to be heard. Whether it was offering thoughtful feedback or simply showing up with a quiet support, your presence has meant more to this community than you may ever know. Once again, thank you. And now it's time to honor one of the many ways in which the class of 25 has defined its excellence, an excellence measured not only through academics, but character, leadership, and strength of voice. Representing the spirit is none other than our valedictorian, Luay Ghanayem.
Beyond his academic excellence, Luay has mastered the uncanny ability to drop the word jolly into just about any conversation, brightening our day with both his intellect and humor. Powered by an ungodly amount of caffeine and determination, he's someone that is always alert, sometimes suspiciously so, and always ready to help. Funnily enough though, if you ever have a problem, chances are Luay will not be able to help you. But he would know a guy who knows a guy that can fix your problem. Please join us in welcoming my friend, the ever-jolly Luay Ghanayem of Palestine, to deliver his valedictory address.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the graduation for the class of 2025. How are we feeling? Good? When writing this speech, I had two goals in mind. First, avoid being boring. Let's be honest here. The only people here from my family, only people here from me are my family. Mainly because my mom insists I have a handsome face. Thank you, Mama. Second, avoid being overly inspirational. I understand this is a graduation and a start to our new lives, but this isn't my family's WhatsApp group to which I can send inspirational pictures to. With these two in mind, after sitting at my desk for hours, brainstorming many ideas, but scrolling through Instagram Reels mainly, I am just as confused as before. But here we go. After all that thinking, I turned to the greatest philosopher of our modern day and age, Shaquille O'Neal, whose words, "There is no answer to the Pythagorean theorem." Well, there is an answer, but by the time you figure it out, I got 40 points, 10 rebounds, and then we're planning for the parade. Here, the educational mastermind Shaq that teaches us that sometimes overthinking is not the answer. You just have to go for it. In my days, I've been to 7 schools. Despite all these schools, I only felt like we could move through the adversity of APs and with Mr. Tom shouting us up in the hallways at ISG Dammam. Through my 3 long years at ISG Dammam, I joined as a boy and left with a caffeine addiction. However, I did learn 3 lessons, each from every year I was at the school. An honorable mention goes to 9th grade. Even with the COVID-19 pandemic, our batch still managed to have a solid freshman year. Indulging in MUN for the first time, dominating sports, and getting our GPA lowered by French class, freshman year was, to say the least, in the words of Ishan Mahmoud, diabolical. I mean, how does a grade end up with 4 different geography teachers in 1 year? But looking back, the freshman year lesson was crystal clear. The beginning to anything will always be awkward. A year later, the havoc continued. I first opened the lovely doors of ISG Dammam and joined the school in the 10th grade. They say never meet your heroes, but that year, the batch met me. And we all realized it was probably a bad idea. This year, we finally started advanced algebra with more variables and letters than numbers. We've been solving for X in math. Since then, we still haven't found them. Later that year, for the first time since before the pandemic, we took our MUN prowess internationally, roaming the wonderful streets of Copenhagen and nearly freezing to death in sub-zero temperatures. Afterwards, we stood together as we tiptoed into AP seminar TMPs, having gotten absolutely dismantled by the PSAT weeks before. Some might say it was the start of the end. However, we learned that through challenges, only when we have each other's backs can we collectively move forward. Grade 11, however, none of these lessons could save us. It was the survival of the fittest out there. This was the year of reckoning. At that time, I personally was having a midlife crisis in the beginning of my life. This year, we pushed everything to new heights, taking as many APs as humanly possible, and retaking the SAT more times than our parents would have liked. Sorry, Baba. We even led our clubs to new levels of popularity, despite the incident. Shout out to Dammam returning this year. Even with us having each other's backs through extracurriculars and academics, pre-calculus still managed to get the best of us. Shout out to Mr. Mashwari. Thank you for letting us know that math isn't for everyone. Although many of us were on our own throughout the year, we suffered together and surrounded ourselves with challenges that made us stronger. Our lesson this year was in Allah's magnificent words, "Inna ma'al usri yusra," or translated, undoubtedly, along with hardship, there is ease. Last but not least, the mystical, legendary senior year that we've been waiting 12 years for. It was fun. Worth it? Maybe not. This was the year when our class got the closest. From the senior barbecue to ditch day and the despicable senior prank, we did almost everything together, if you exclude the senior jacket designs. This was also the year when we spent countless hours writing essays, finding last-minute extracurriculars, and begging teachers for bonus points. This is also the year we realized that probably none of us will go to Harvard. But hey, this is the year we realized we didn't need to. Our senior year may not go down in history, but we definitely went down in style. We had seniors participate in ISG Dammam's first ever TEDx, where the speeches are posted on the very own TEDx YouTube channel, racking up a solid 4 views. A special mention to our U19 football team, coached by the very own Ms. Miral, where many of our seniors participated in and were in the team and went all the way to Riyadh to support. So just have a round of applause for that team. Also, last but not least, most importantly, shout out to the absolute legend, Mr. Jabed Khan of Joffrey's. He genuinely changed my life and provided me with the coffee to take exams on literally 2 hours of sleep. Our lesson from this year was that though leopards are solitary animals, the leopards from the class of 2025 are a different breed. We laugh, succeed, but mainly complain as a herd. And with such a long journey coming to an end, as Dr. Seuss once said, don't cry because it's over, smile because it happened. Personally, on this journey, I have a few people I need to thank. Thank you, Baba, for always making me laugh. Thank you, Mama, for your tender love. Thank you, Zaid, for always being there to make fun of me. Thank you, Yusuf, for being the next one up. Also, I want to thank all my uncles and aunts for being literally my biggest supporter. I mean, look at them. Yeah. Before I leave, though, I do share some responsibility outside of making jokes. So I will share a piece of advice as the valedictorian. I mean business. As we move on to the next part of our lives, you shouldn't let anyone decide your success for you. Whether that be a university, a boss, a coach, or anyone else, your success is completely defined and dependent by you. And only by acknowledging this freedom will you succeed no matter what. Through determination and hard work, alongside a one-of-a-kind set of personalities, I know the class of 2025 will be fine once we leave these doors. And if all else fails, please remember what Shaq said. Forget X, get your points, grab your rebounds, and throw your own parade. Next, I would like to invite a positive soul who illuminates our school. From his outrageous humor to his jolliest nature, he is such a jolly individual. Please welcome Admiral Morsi.
Sorry about that. Good afternoon, teachers, families, friends, my beloved parents and siblings, my fellow graduates, and Tawfiq and Khatib. When I first sat down to write the speech, I'll admit I panicked. Even right now, I'm panicking. I scoured the internet, rewatched Dead Poets Society, and Googled the greatest graduation speech ever an embarrassing number of times. Too many times, to say the least. Then I stared at a blank Google document until my eyes hurt. Yeah, honestly, nothing helped. But I did come to a realization. Every speech shared the same central themes, that as graduates, we're all starting a blank slate, as blank as the Google Doc I was working on. But I disagree with that notion. Whether today is an end or a beginning, our futures are shaped by the last 12 years. Who we are is a reflection of every moment we share together. And that's what 25's way to be a leopard is about. They're not rules and they're not commandments carved in stone. They're whispers of inspiration, proof that we're not leaving our lessons behind. We're carrying them in our own way and in our own communities. And they are whispers asking you to do the same. Let's be honest, the only thing we've ever done without arguing is wear these red gowns. We fought over jackets to the point they just arrived today. We debated event themes like we affected the final decision. And we fought so much we didn't have a senior trip. But those disagreements, they weren't weaknesses. They forced us to see the world through someone else's eyes, to learn that growth isn't about conforming, it's about evolving. With that in mind, I would like to share what I carried from ISG. In high school, I was afraid to make mistakes, afraid to ask for help, afraid to step out of my comfort zone. But I learned the biggest risk is taking no risks at all. Now I'm less afraid of failure and more afraid of regret. These past months taught me another lesson, a lesson I'd like to credit to Ms. Maheshwari. You can do everything right, and you can work hard, and you can still fall short, but life doesn't owe you anything to get back up. You owe it to life to get back up, to prove that you can improve, to prove that you can do better. The hardest parts of high school made us who we are. I won't say they were the best years of our lives. In fact, I hope not. I hope there's more happiness in store for each and every one of us. These last 4 years were a privilege. They're the very privilege that allowed us to build the next 4 years, to become the individuals that will help our own communities. I'll end with an important lesson I learned from high school, the law of thermodynamics. Thank you, Ms. Samia, for teaching me this lesson. It states that energy can't be created or destroyed, but simply transferred. And the energy we are made of will be transferred to you, the people in the crowd, our families, our parents, our siblings, and our friends. And they'll transfer in the pre-calc test we cried after, the senior jackets we received today, Khonezi's reels, Judy's KFC jadwals, and the stress and excitement of waiting for this moment. Those moments shaped us, and they are what will impact everyone from now on. Finally, I would like to thank my mom, my dad, my siblings, my aunt, and my uncle. You guys are the most loving people I've ever met, and I don't think I could have made it here without you guys. So thank you. Please give them a round of applause. Let's leave our marks, not because we have to, but because we get to. I would like to pass the mic to a dear friend of mine, someone whose story is just starting like ours. Maria Bassem, the big boss of ISG Dammam.
Good evening, everyone. If you ask anyone what it means to be a leopard, you're going to hear a bunch of words. Some people might tell you resilient, others will tell you fearless, and some might tell you strong. And those are all true, but as I stand here before you, I'd like to tell you that there is more to being a leopard than just that. It's sprinting through last-minute deadlines like it's a sport. And spoiler, it kind of is. It's making the impossible possible and then doing it all over again because, well, we kind of forgot it was due today. That's 25's way. We've started writing essays at 2 a.m., started writing projects the night before, and studied with the confidence of people who probably shouldn't have. But here's the thing. We still delivered. Because beneath the chaos and the caffeine, there's a batch that's brilliant. A class that thinks differently, speaks boldly, and connects with everyone, whether it's younger grades, teachers, staff, even that stray cat in the parking lot. We're social, we're sharp, we're stubborn, just like a leopard. And this journey wasn't just about senior year. We started in freshman year. We entered high school mid-chaos, jumping from Zoom calls to real classrooms. It wasn't just about adjusting. No, we hit the ground running. Schedules, confusing. Group projects, slightly terrifying. But somehow, we figured it all out. Sophomore year, it felt like we were starting to find our footing. We weren't just surviving anymore. No. We were growing up, thinking bigger, and hey, maybe submitting an assignment once or twice before the deadline. Junior year, the year we all locked in. Suddenly, everything mattered, from classes to grades to the future. APs piled up, and college talks got real. Our sleep schedules, well, that's a question for later. But through the late nights and the early mornings, and the far too many coffee runs, we found something stronger than the stress. We found our drive. And that all leads us to this year, senior year, our year. The senior jackets that just arrived, the last first day, the last spirit week, and our final music concerts. It was messy, bittersweet, hilarious, and it was ours. We didn't just finish strong, we made memories that turned a building into a home. And we didn't do it alone. To every teacher that made their classroom into a safe space, thank you. To those who gave us advice beyond the syllabus and saw us beyond our grades, we're grateful. To the teachers that treated us like our own, your care and your love has made our school feel into a family. If we left a mark, we hope it was a mildly chaotic but lovable one. To my parents and my brother, thank you for being my constant, my safe space, and my greatest blessing. And to the younger batches, take it all in. The deadlines, the group projects, the hallway chaos. It might feel overwhelming right now, but these are the moments that shape you. You don't have to have it all figured out. God knows we didn't. Just keep showing up, keep being kind, and keep pushing through. Being a leopard meant going through the awkward, beautiful, and fun years that made us who we are. Now, as we step into a world that's as unpredictable as our group chats, we carry that spirit with us. So when life gets confusing, be the light. When it feels impossible, channel in that leopard spirit. You don't have to follow a path, you can be the path. And that's 25's legacy. Our way, bold, brilliant, and unforgettable. Thank you. I'd like to pass the mic back to the MCs.
Thank you, Maria and Adam, for capturing everything we've been: chaotic, bold, and somehow always pulling through. Maria, our late night uni debriefs were honestly therapy. We stressed, we panicked, and then we laughed about it 10 minutes later. Adam, only you could make being a leopard sound like a personality trait, and I mean that in the best way possible. Thank you to A for the greatest speech ever and for making everyone give up trying to be valedictorian by October.
Now, for the moment this night has been leading to, the moment memories turn into milestones and tassels into titles. It's not just crossing a stage, but stepping into everything that comes next. It is time for the class of 2025 to rise, walk forward, and receive their diplomas that mark not just completion, but transformation from students to graduates. To present the diplomas to the class of 2025, please welcome ISG Superintendent, Mrs. Rhonda Norris, ISG Dammam Principal, Mr. Michael Scheider, ISG Board Chair, Mr. Andrew Law, and ISG Dammam Assistant Principal, Mr. Stephen Peer.
The ceremony will now be moving into the graduate roll call. However, I must request that all in attendance withhold their clapping until the graduate's name has been mentioned. To begin the roll call, please welcome our high school teacher, Ms. Katrina, followed by the high school counselor, Ms. Mirol, and finally, our high school teacher, Ms. Nabila.
Good evening. Lina Mohammed Issam Abdelaziz Badawi. Omar Haytham Al-Gohari. Mustafa Tariq. Tasneem Abu Atiyah. Farah Al-Bahoufi. Yara Midhat Hagras. Sabira Aditya. Ariba Zaki Ahmed. Ayan Ahmed. Ayham Majdi Al-Anud. Maryam Al-Nasrallah. Yasser Al-Sinan. Karar Kusai Al-Shurafa. Yusuf Al-Kunezi. Adam Khalid Al-Kaisi. Hamza Al-Asami. Ahmad Al-Alawiyat.
Layan Alawami. Mohammed Ibrahim Al Duaib. Mahfoud Nofal Alif. Mohammed Al Sanan. Ryan Al Suleiman. Layla Muhammad Amr. Maria Bassem Anas. Jana Muhammad Atia Muhammad. Omar Bajwa. Tawfiq Ahmed Bashir. Dean Debjan. Cher Distrajo. Delson Glenton Durham. Hiba Osama Al Noor. Noor Atif Al Mugi. Zaina Walid Ahmed Al Shorbagi. Luai Ahmed Al Tuni. Yara Khalid Imara. Ahmed Faraz. Luay Ghanayem. Salma Basha. Habiba Muhammad Hamad. Judy Hamoud. Jane Han. Saif Maher Harzallah. Sama Hashim. Mohammed Hassan. Ahmed Walid Al-Khatib. Congratulations. Afra Iman. Abdullah Jabbour. Hassan Ahmed Jaffrey. Tariq Mazen Jalabi.
Harish Varma Jayamani. Daivik Pradeep Krishna. Saif Mahfouz. Ishan Mahmood. Usman Mazhar. Nomzamo Matetwa. Adam Muhammad Al-Morsi. Ahmed Ayman Shuman. Faiz Muhammad Mohidin. Aya Mudawar. Lina Mushtaq. Muntaha Nadeem. Mariam Noor. Ahmed Noor. Asad Ula Omar. Farman Pathan. Sarah Imad. Yusuf Ragab. Mariam Salam. Ratal Hashmi Shah. Muhammad Omar Shahzad. Ritwik Sharma. Abdul Rashid Umar Taibu. Fatima Zafar.
Thank you all, and congratulations, graduates. That moment was surreal. 12 years of our lives boiled down into a piece of paper. Amazing. As we transition from celebration to reflection, it's only fitting that we hear from someone, though new to ISG Dammam, has made a significant mark on our community.
In his first year as our principal, Mr. Pierce somehow became many things at once. A steady leader, a voice of reason, a good sport, and the water dunk for our prom fundraiser, and regrettably, the man who had to clean up our chaotic mess, the senior prank, by himself.
We know our class may have tested your patience, especially with the ping pong balls flying into your office every other day, but we hope we also showed you the heart beyond the chaos.
It is with great respect and perhaps a hint of apology that we now invite Mr. Pierce to address the graduating class of 2025, his very first at ISG Dammam.
Good evening. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Mr. Stephen Peer, and I have the privilege to serve as the high school assistant principal at ISG Dammam. Like many of the speakers tonight, I too found myself having difficulty coming up with the words to express what tonight means to me. So, in keeping with tonight's theme of 25 ways to be a leopard, 25's way to be a leopard, I asked myself, how would the class of 2025 write this speech? And the answer was quickly obvious. I'll procrastinate on the speech, panic, wake up early this morning, drink a bunch of coffee from Joffrey's, ask ChatGPT to write my speech, and hope that Mr. Schreider would give me a retake. But in all seriousness, there are many people who I'd like to acknowledge for their efforts that led to this special night. First, I'd like to thank Mr. Andrew Law, the Board of Trustees, Ms. Rhonda Norris, the Central Office, for their strategic vision and leadership. Without that, nights like tonight wouldn't be possible. Next, I'd like to thank Mr. Michael Schreider, the ISG Dammam principal, a man who has been a mentor not only to me, but to many of the class of 2025. Your efforts, patience, and leadership are appreciated more than you know. I'd also like to thank, yeah, go ahead. I'd also like to thank the high school staff for all of their efforts, both seen and unseen. Your tireless dedication to our students and their success is a testament to your collective character. I'm lucky to work with so many amazing people. Your job is tough and sometimes thankless, but on nights like tonight, I hope that it all seems worth it. There are a few individuals on the high school staff that I would like to thank for their efforts. First, the entire graduation committee, led by Ms. Rana. Without your efforts, tonight would not be the resounding success that it is. Second, Ms. Morale, our high school counselor. Your willingness to give of yourself has helped these students grow, and your attention to detail and diligent work has given these graduates opportunities far beyond these walls. And finally, Ms. Kirti, thank you for being the glue that holds everything together. Next, I'd like to thank our parent community for their support of ISG Dammam and for trusting us with your most valuable treasure, your children. As a father, that responsibility and trust is not lost on me, so thank you for your partnership. Finally, I'd like to thank the graduating class of 2025. Thank you for the laughs. Thank you for the smiles. Thank you for the tears. Most of them yours, but some of them mine. And thank you for the challenges that allowed both of us to grow. You can tell that there are a lot of teachers and former teachers that are speaking tonight because everyone's got something they want to teach you. So now I'm going to try to teach you one last thing before you walk out these doors as ISG Dammam graduates. First, I know that I speak for everyone in this room when I say that we believe in each and every one of you. We believe in your character, your strength, and your determination as leopards. Believe in yourselves and you will go far. Life is full of mountains and valleys, and today you are at the top of the mountain, having accomplished something real and meaningful. But know that the valleys are coming, and when you find yourself in one of those valleys, pick yourself up, believe in yourself, and start climbing back up that mountain. And if you ever find yourself lacking in belief that you can't do something, that you can't go on, come back and find us, and we'll remind you of our belief in you. With that, I'd like the ISG graduating class of 2025 to please stand. The moving of the tassel from right to left is a time-honored tradition that symbolizes your transformation from student to graduate and acknowledges the hard work and growth that occurred during your journey. It is a public confirmation of your achievements and that you have met our high standards. It is a symbolic act of moving forward and closing one chapter as you begin the next. And finally, it is a symbol of unity and celebration of your collective success. I now ask that the graduates move their tassels from right to left. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the ISG Dammam Graduating Class of 2025.
Thank you, Mr. Peer, for your committed leadership, your patience, and somehow surviving with us for a whole year. You didn't just step into the role of a principal, you redefined it for us. From our questionable decisions leading to a heartfelt apology, we truly hope you know how grateful we are to be your first graduating class.
As tassels shifted from right to left on this night that we have long counted to, we have become more than just a number. We are no longer 73 students, but 73 graduates with 73 stories and 73 unique ways to be a leopard.
Moving on to the moment many of our graduates have been waiting for, a chance to pause, look back, and relive the memories that made this year unforgettable. Let's begin the reflection video. That was beautiful. As I stand here, I find myself reflecting on the most significant influences in my life. I have to start with the very most important people in my life, to my mom and dad. ماما، حنانك وطيبة قلبك كانوا دايما ملجئي وأماني. وبابا، قوتك وحكمتك هم الأساس اللي أنا بنيت عليه أحلامي. Without you guys, I wouldn't have been able to stand here at all. تغزل المؤمن, my little babies, I can't imagine what life at university will feel like without you two around. So, مؤمن. And I cannot leave the stage without acknowledging my best friends in life. Tusama, Yara, Habiba, Noor, and Salma. You guys showed me that sisterhood is not defined by blood. I love you all dearly. Before I go, I want to leave you with a quote from Phoebe Bridgers. Anyway, don't be a stranger. So please, don't become a stranger to me. Text me about the new friends you make at college or at work. Invite me to weddings and hopefully your baby showers. Come say hi when you see me at the grocery store. And always remember, as Sheriff Woody once said, you've got a friend in me. Congratulations to the class of 2025, and I love you all.
To my parents, I've been avoiding looking at you the entire night. I know you're right there. You taught me that love isn't always loud. Sometimes it's what you do, not what you say, that matters the most. And for that, I'd like to say for the first time, Mama, Papa, I love you. To those watching from home, thank you for showing up for the graduates one way or another. Finally, to my class, although unfortunate, this night will probably be the last one that we get to spend as a whole batch of 73. So get off your phones, have those conversations, take those last pictures, and maybe tell your kids about this one day. I'll miss every one of you. To culminate the feeling of this class, I'd like to quote the ever-wise SpongeBob SquarePants himself. Class of 2025, do you know what is funnier than 24? 25! Thank you, and signing off for tonight, once again, I'm Faiz Muhiddin.
And I'm Farah Al-Buhufi.
Wait, are we forgetting something?
Beautiful.